Hey, good morning. Yes, I am back. The insomnia didn't get me down this time. I worked my way through it. But hello, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. I worked my way through it, and my book's on the other side. But oh no, it's not. All right. Hey, I'm Angela McGowan, your professional healthcare advocate, caregiver strategist, and I'm the author and publisher of this book, What You Don't Know Could Kill You: How to Get Out of the Hospital Alive. And I am the founder of Angie's Pace. That's Patient Advocates Committed to Excellence. Good morning. It is Happy Wednesday. We are here in the middle of the week, the Wednesday before a Monday holiday. So I know all of you are, in the throes of getting to Friday. And I certainly want to wish you in advance a safe holiday to you and your friends and family. Please drive and watch out for the other person. It seems like just the other day I was talking about the Memorial Day holiday, and I was saying it was the season of people throwing rib bones at the door, and you know, and we've had the season is almost over, just a few days away. And I hope through this season you have been conscious about your water, your medication. If you have been throwing some rib bones, you don't throw them all the time. Okay, taking care of yourself is the best way to enjoy the holidays, right? So I know that a lot of the children and young adults have returned back to school, so this might be their last time of the real family gathering of eating until we get to Thanksgiving. So I want to wish my best to you and to yours. So I want to talk about the opioid awareness, prevention, and abuse. It's coming up also this weekend on Friday and Saturday, August 30th and August 31st. And of course, that's something that we're always talking about to keep aware of what is going on, because opioid abuse the epidemic is like national. It's a national epidemic. And of course, if you've heard me speak on this before, I've always told you ages 50 and over are some of the biggest abusers now. Now, as far as opioid abuse and overdose, but let's also talk about how do people even get to that point. It's very complicated. No one wakes up and says, today I'm going to be abusing opioids, or I don't have anything going on this weekend. I think that's not what happens. You're getting these prescriptions, and there is a mandate on physicians regarding over prescribing in a group of 100 patients. All right, and this is just it says just done, I think it was 2016, a few years ago. In a group of 100 patients, at least 80 of them would be prescribed opioids. And it's supposed to be 20 of the AMA and other physician organizations are asking physicians, when your patients come in with pain, please don't make opioids the first recommendation. It should be the last or the backup. And that is why you will find a lot of practices now, if you get opioids or after one time, if you get them a number of times because of your high level of pain, they're now sending you to pain management, which means they talk about how many pills you're getting, the number, when do you take them, what is the results, and they are often switching medications. You might have an opioid and then they take you off of it for 2 weeks, like just Tylenol, something, breather, and then go back to it. So a lot of things are being done about what's going on in our healthcare industry. And so I think I said 2016. I'm sorry, that's 2010. And in 2014 to 2015, that year results, they're saying that the government data, okay, and this is only what's reported, 92 million people use prescription opioids. Okay, that's 38% of the US population. And I'm sure it has gone up in the last 4 years. And they talk about a study of more than 2/3 of the patients who undergo surgery do not use all their painkillers. So what do you say? There's just so much to it. All right, they don't use all of it because everyone is afraid of becoming an addict. Everyone is, I know when I had surgery, like, okay, I took the pain meds through the IV that you can have. But when I got home, it was like I tried at best to maybe take one a day. Maybe. I did take one that's for nighttime, but during the day, I did not. The 2 or 3 times a day, I didn't. So a lot of people don't. And so you said, well, it is good. It is showing that you are trying. So you're only, and what else happens is if you don't inundate your body with these opioids, when you do need them, your body responds in a great way. And that is the pain is alleviated. But what happens is because so many people are aware, and awareness is so important. What they do is they keep these opioids and they give them to someone else who may not have the same mentality. As far as I'll just take, you give them 10, I'll just take one when I need it. And then they begin to take one as many as they want. And then they're going collecting from other people. Do you have any leftovers? Do you have this? Do you have that? So that is where a lot of the abuse comes in, not from the person necessarily who had the original prescription. And if you do have opioids in the house, of course, you're keeping them safe from young children, but you should have a medicine lockbox because different people, especially during this holiday season, you might have a summer season, you might have had people that come to stay with you. Where's the aspirin? Where's the Tylenol? Whatever you mean, looking in the medicine cabinet. And abusers do not always look like what you think an abuser would look like. Abuser is like, it looks like you, it looks like me. And because they have such a high tolerance, they are actively functioning, but they are still abusing drugs, and they may be taking some of yours out of your cabinet, this cabinet, that cabinet. So you have to really be careful of what's going on in this. And that's why we have Opioid Awareness Prevention and Abuse Day on the 30th, but on the 31st, it's a global event. The same things are being accomplished as far as making people more aware of it, but it's on a global. All right, so this is according to about misuse, the latest public data. 53% of those who misuse prescriptions, painkillers in the past year obtain the medicine from a friend or relative. Ding, ding, ding. As many as 1 in 4 people who receive prescription opioids long-term for non-cancer pain in the primary care settings, that means the PCP was the first one to pass it out, they, to this day, still struggle with addiction. They are struggling with opioid addiction. And the national poll is called Morning Council that was commissioned by the Allied Against Opioid Abuse. And those are the people that I'm using right now to get information from. They said that regarding safe and appropriate use of prescription meds, okay, they're doing outreach to families so they can mitigate the likelihood of it being a generational thing. This person uses it, they get it, some more, and it's so easily to get it because there's so many people, what they're saying, with non-cancer pain, that once it is under control, they keep those medications in case it comes back. There's nothing against that, but what is happening is they're not keeping it safe, locked up. What we don't want you to do, what is not a good idea, is that you crush your pills up and pour them down the toilet. That is going somewhere, okay? And so we don't know, maybe it's when it's redone again, maybe it goes out to the water. So now you got opioids in your water. So you want to take them to places that have safe disposal. You can ask your local pharmacy. That's going to be something that we're going to be talking about, giving you information. If you know right now in your cabinet you have expired opioids, or if you know that you have some and you're not going to take them, you're done with it, you need to do a specific way of disposal to a specific area. You should not just throw them in your regular trash. Do you know how many people are going through people's trash? Oh my gosh, it is amazing and it is ridiculous. So we don't want to get it out that way. But I want to bring attention to something as an epidemic proportion, not just young people, as I said, the largest growing age group that are actually dealing with abuse and overdose are those after 50, those 50 and over. So I want each person to be a committee of one. First of all, go and take an inventory of what's in your bathroom, if that's where you keep your medication, wherever it is. And if you find anything expired, okay, we're going to be back on tomorrow to give you some recommendations of where you can take it, how it can be disposed of safely, because that is the key word, and that is what we want everyone to partner with. So if you are not a person who takes opioids, but you know those who do, would you please kindly share the information with them, letting them know that the Awareness Day is on Friday, and internationally, the international awareness of abuse and prevention, all of those things in a global sense will be taking part and will happen on Saturday, August 31st. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. I know that I was not at 9:05, but at 10:05, but I'm going to move forward at the 9:05 tomorrow. I'm sorry I had an appointment that took me off of that, but thank you very much for being a part of this broadcast. Hello to my replay viewers. I'm Angela McGowan, your professional healthcare advocate. I help you navigate through the healthcare sea of red tape and create strategies that will allow you to give excellent care to those that you love and care for. And of course, in leaving, I'm leaving you with two things: blessings and joy. Why is that? Because they absolutely both belong to you. So if you need any information about me, any information about what's going on, you definitely can go to my link tree. Hey, Elaine, go to my link tree, because this opioid abuse is widespread. And so we have to be a committee of one. As I said, first thing you should do today is check your medicine cabinets, or wherever you have expired medicines, put them to the side. Tomorrow I will have at least 5 to 7 places where you can take your medications and dispose of them. If they're not expired and you're still taking them, or maybe you've just gotten off of them, you need to find a medication lock box. Okay, it's so important. People are coming in and out of your house during the holidays. Your children's friends are coming in, whether you have young children, whether you have adult children, it doesn't matter, because opioid abuse and overdose doesn't have an age limit. It doesn't have a look. Okay, so that is why it is such an epidemic. All right, thank you. I did sign up, but I got a little bit more carried away about it. But we will be back on tomorrow at our regular time, 9:05. All right, blessings and joy. Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you again tomorrow at 9:05. Bye.